Hey everybody, it's Patrick. In our practice today, we're going to work on our Awakening Yoga Surya Namaskar A, also known as our Awakening A. So we'll start today in a low squat position. Your heels will be down, your toes will be pointing out to the side, knees tracing your toes. And just let your body hold this shape. If it's a little bit tough for you to ground your heels cold, bring your fingertips to the floor, lean forward, and let the heart elevate. Keep the elbows pointing into the knees and allow the spine to be long. We're just taking a moment here to warm up the hips. For some of us, that's a very easy process. For others, it's very challenging. Usually, I'm in the very challenging camp, but this position is comfortable for me. So please note that don't worry about the aesthetics. As always, you're just trying to find a sense of sensation, feeling, and connected coordination in your body. Take a few moments here. Find your breath, a nice natural rhythm, something that's longer than whatever your normal is. So you normally breathe maybe an inhale of 2 to 3 seconds, an exhale of 2 to 3 seconds. We all average around 12 to 13 breaths per minute. So if you can lengthen that out here, even a 5-count inhale, 5-count exhale, you really begin to notice a dramatic change in your mental state and in your sense of calm, sense of ease. Go ahead and lean forward, place the hands on the ground, and just circle the shoulders over the wrists here, warming up the hands. Drive through the thumbs, grip through the fingers. And once your hands feel nice and warmed up, go ahead and step back to plank pose. Being firmly on your mat, drive through the hands, grip through the fingers a little bit as usual. Feel the inner ankles squeezing together, the core engaged, chest looking slightly out in front of you, following your eyes, following your drishti. And your drishti can always be external or it can also be internal, right? Sometimes we're focusing on ourselves, sometimes we're focusing on the movements, the transitions, the poses. It's always okay to ebb and flow between those two focal points. Take an inhale here. And exhale, push your hips up and back downward, facing dog. When you get there, be a little bit animalistic, bending the knees, finding a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a sway. Lift through the inner shoulders, get nice and long, pushing the tailbone up towards the sky. Lift through the inner arms, breathing in here. Lower the knees to the floor. Sit back on the heels. Let the toes be untucked. Place the hands down on the ground, framing the knees. We're going to do our Asana Preparation position, also known as the moment of flying integration in our Awakening Yoga practice. So you'll push the tops of the feet down. Try and keep the hips as low as possible and drive the knees into the chest. So take an inhale here. On your exhale, push the feet down. Drive the knees up. Fill the space in between your shoulder blades. Drive down through the hands a little bit more, holding for just 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, release. Roll the shoulders a few times. That's one of the first few times you do that. It's quite intense. And even the more you do it, it doesn't get too much easier, and that's why it's one of our best and favorite core engagement activities. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky, open the chest and the heart. On your exhale, pull the elbows to the hips. Release, place your hands on the floor, and step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. On the exhale, step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lower the left knee to the floor. Pull the chest forward, get as long as possible. And then lift your left knee, drive your hips up and back in space, straightening through the right leg. Bend the right knee. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Sit the hips low. Reach your hands forward, active squat. Bring your hands to the outsides of the knees. Push the knees into the hands. Feel your glutes engaged. Feel your spine long. We like this position because it resembles a ready position for any sort of activity or action. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bring your hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Step your left foot back, followed by your right. Take an inhale in your plank pose. Exhale, move through a push-up, lower and rise. Drop the knees and forearms to the floor. Inhale, pull the body through upward facing dog or low cobra. And exhale all the way back downward, facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg all the way up. On the exhale, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop the right knee down. Pull the chest forward. Get long in your lower back. Take your gaze out in front of you. Lift your right knee. Straighten your left leg. Fold. Let your chest drop to the inside of your left shin. Bend your left knee. Lean the body forward. Step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sit the hips low. Reach the hands forward. This time, bounce a few times. Feel the legs waking up here. Exhale, straighten the legs. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the hands all the way. Get as tall as possible. Exhale, sit the hips down. Active squat. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Step your right foot back, followed by your left. Take an inhale in your plank. Hold or exhale, take the full push-up, lower and rise. Knees and forearms drop, look forward. Inhale, pull through upward facing dog or low cobra. And exhale, roll all the way back downward, facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step right foot to outside of right hand. Follow that by stepping left foot to outside of left hand. Direct step into active squat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Step or float to chaturanga. Rise up to plank. Knees and forearms drop. Inhale, pull through upward facing dog. And exhale all the way back downward, facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Exhale, step left foot to outside of left hand. Follow, stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sit the hips low. Inhale, reach the hands forward, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Your journey directly to chaturanga, stepping or floating back. Rise to plank. Knees and forearms drop. On your inhale, pull through upward facing dog. And exhale all the way back downward, facing dog. So you've stepped in multiple variations. Now is the opportunity to jump directly into your active squat. So get springy on the toes. Trust your arms to stay straight. Look long, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of your exhale, step or float feet to outside of hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bent. Exhale, your vinyasa. Rising up, moving into your upward facing dog. And exhale all the way back downward, facing dog. Last two here in rhythm. Look long, lift heels, bend knees. Step or float feet to outside of hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs. Inhale, reach hands up. Exhale, sit hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, rise. Move your way into upward facing dog. And exhale all the way back downward, facing dog. Last round here. Push through the thumbs. Get long through the inner arms. Step or float feet to outside of hands. Land as gracefully as possible. Inhale, find your active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bent. Exhale, vinyasa. Journey back to downward facing dog. After you take your upward facing dog. And then on your next exhale, drop down to child's pose with the knees together. Let your fingers wiggle forward as you sit the hips back in space, stretching the place underneath your armpits, stretching your mid-back, stretching through the shoulders. Take a moment to just rest there. Allow your breath to be nice and easy. Allow your body to feel more connected, more alert, more active. If you'd like to continue your yoga journey, by all means, hop into it now. If this was all the time you had to practice today, as always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you on the mat again soon. Have an amazing day. Peace.